Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage.
And his first pass is incomplete.
For the Bears and the Giants, both looking to improve their passing games in 2022, that's for sure. Last year, the Bears ranked number 30 in the NFL in passing yards. The Giants actually one spot worse at number 31.
On 2nd and 10,
Fields.
man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Now a give running right is Montgomery. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Play action, Fields.
He'll find O'Shaughnessy open left side. Touchdown! James O'Shaughnessy, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away.
Fields this way up at the 17. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Well, he gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Throwing Jones.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Giants at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. This defense for the Bears, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Now Jones. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Kyler Gordon in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Fields. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Running right through it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
An injury cost Montgomery 4 games early in the year, which kept him from repeating his 1,000-yard season from the previous one. He still reached over 800 yards and caught another 42 passes and is firmly entrenched as the Bears' top backfield option for his 4th season.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Fields.
toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Santos' kick is up and through.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. Gets past one man. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On 2nd down, Montgomery. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
Now Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Byron Pringle, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are in for 6. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank.
And the Bears are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
Azeez Ojulari there on the tackle.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Looking to throw on second down.
Fields.
He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Here's Fields.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Here's Jones on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones.
Open man right side is Tony. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On to punt, Jamie Gillen. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with a 17-0 lead in tow, they might not be too eager to press the issue here.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
A final shot before the break. Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Fields this way up at the 17. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
The sack by Robert Quinn.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bears take over.
Their own 31-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
On 1st down, it's Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Jones. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll start with the option. And he will slide down, but a penalty marker down as well. And it looks like this is going to be all for naught.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Julian Love.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Looking to throw. Jones. That ball caught by Slayton. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Giants take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Gano the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Big play from a big man, Kayvon Thibodeau, off the edge and dropping him behind the line.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Here's Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 2nd and 9, Jones.
Throw left side, complete to Tony.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 1 now.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Jones throwing on first down.
Open man, he's got him. It's Tony for a Giant touchdown. Kadarius Toney,
An 11-yard touchdown.
and the Giants are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Fields now to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Fields.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Julian Love picks it.
And the Giants are right back in this football game.
So my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. And sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
This one is Slayton over the middle. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they found a way to be successful with it.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Throwing Jones. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot from the left hash, a chip shot here. Gano's kick is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
To throw again on second down. Fields flushed out right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Fields throw taken in by Pringle.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down. Going up the gut, Montgomery. He will push his way down to about the 14.
And the tackle there by Micah McFadden.
Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, Parker. They have all three timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
And the Bears are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So here's Cairo Santos on the field goal try. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And his kick is good. Despite the rainstorm, a good snap, a good hold, and the kick went through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Bears, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2.